Surah 10, Part 2. And if they have accused you of lying, say, mine is my deed and yours is your deed. You are free of what I do, and I am free of what you do. And among them is he who listens to you. Do you then make the deaf hear, even though they were not comprehending? And among them is he who looks at you. Do you then guide the blind, even though they were not seeing? Allah does not wrong people at all, but people wronged themselves. And on a day he gathers them as though they had not remained but an hour of the day. They recognize one another among them. Those who have said that Allah's meeting was a lie have lost, and they were not guided. And whether we show you some of that which we promised them, or we cause you to die, to us is their return. Then Allah is a witness over what they do. And for every nation there is a messenger. So when their messenger came to them, it was judged among them with equity, and they are not wronged. And they say, when is this promise if you are truthful? Say, I do not possess harm for myself nor benefits, except what Allah has willed. Every nation has a term. When their term has come, they do not postpone an hour, nor do they proceed. Say, have you seen if his torture came to you by night or by day, what the criminals seek to hasten of it? Is then when what has come into being you have believed in it now, and you were seeking to hasten with it? Then it was said to those who wronged, taste the torture of perpetuity. Are you recompensed but for what you used to earn? And they ask you to inform. Is it true? Say, yes, by my Lord, it is true, and you do not escape. And if every soul that had wronged had what is on the earth, it would have ransomed with it. And they concealed the regret when they saw the torture. And it was decided among them with equity, and they are not wronged. Indeed, Lars is what is in the skies and the earth. Indeed, Allah's promise is true. But most of them do not know. He vivifies and causes to die, and to him are you returned. People, an admonition has come to you from your Lord, and healing for what is in the chests, and guidance and mercy for the believers. Say, by Allah's favour and by his mercy, so in that let them rejoice. It is better than what they gather. Say, have you seen what Allah has sent down to you of provision, and you have made of it haram and halal? Say, has Allah permitted you, or do you fabricate concerning Allah? And what is the assumption of those who fabricate the lie against Allah on the day of resurrection? Allah is the one of favour to people, but most of them are not grateful. And you are not in a matter, nor do you read of it from a Quran, nor do you do any deed, but we were witnesses over you when you pour out in it. And not the weight of a red ant escapes from your Lord on the earth or in the sky, or smaller than that or bigger, but is in a clear book. Indeed, Allah's protectors, there is no fear upon them, nor do they grieve. Those who have believed and were fearing, theirs is the good news in the dunya life and in the hereafter. There is no change to Allah's words. That is the great win. And let their speech not grieve you. Honour is Lars all. He is the hearer, the learned. Indeed, Lars is who is in the skies and who is on the earth. And those who invoke instead of Allah do not follow partners. They follow nothing but assumption. And they do nothing but guess. He is the one who made for you the night to dwell in, and the day insightful. In that are signs for people who hear. They have said, Allah has taken a child. Praise be to him. He is the rich. His is what is in the skies and what is on the earth. You have no authority in this. Do you say about Allah what you do not know? Say, those who fabricate the lie against Allah do not succeed. Enjoyment in the dunya, then to us is their return. Then we make them taste the severe torture because they used to disbelieve. And read to them Nuh's news when he said to his people, People, if my station and my recollection of Allah's verses were big upon you, then in Allah have I put my trust. So agree unanimously on your affair and your partners. Then do not let your affair be gloominess upon you. Then decide for me, and do not give me respite. But if you turn away, then I have not asked you for any wage. My wage is nothing but upon Allah, and I have been commanded to be of the Muslims. But they called him a liar, so we saved him and him who was with him on the ship, and we made them successors, and we drowned those who called our signs a lie. So see how the result of the warned was. Then we raised after him messengers to their people, and they came to them with the proofs. But they would not believe in what they had called a lie before. Thus do we stamp the hearts of the transgressors. Then we raised after them Musa and Harun to Pharaoh and his chiefs with our signs, but they were arrogant and were a criminal people. So when the truth came to them from us, they said, "This is obvious magic." Musa said, "Do you say of the truth when it has come to you, is this magic?" But the magicians do not succeed. They said, "Have you come to us to draw us from what we found our fathers on, and that you two may have pride in the land? And we are not believers in you two." And Pharaoh said, "Bring me every learned magician." So when the magicians came, Musa said to them, "Throw what you are throwing." Then when they had thrown, Musa said, "What you have brought is magic. Allah will cancel it. Allah does not reform the work of the corrupters. And Allah establishes the truth by his words, even if the criminals dislike it." But none believed Musa but offspring of his people, for fear of Pharaoh and their chiefs, lest they try them. And Pharaoh was severe in the land, and he is of the extravagant. And Musa said, "People, if you have believed in Allah, then in him put your trust, if you are Muslims." Then they said, "In Allah do we put our trust. Our Lord, do not make us fitna for the wrongdoing people, and save us by your mercy from the Kafirun people.